The Applicant by Sylvia Plath. First, are you a sort of person? Do you wear a glass eye, false teeth, or a crutch? A brace or a hook? Rubber breasts or a rubber crotch? Stitches to show something's missing? No? No? Then how can we give you a thing? Stop crying. Open your hand. Empty? Empty. Here is a hand to fill it, and willing to drink teacups and roll away headaches and do whatever you tell. It is guaranteed to thumb shut your eyes at the end and dissolve of sorrow. We make new stock from the salt. I noticed you were stark naked. How about this suit? Black and stiff, but not a bad fit. Will you marry it? It is waterproof, shatterproof, proof against fire and bombs to the roof. Believe me, they'll bury you in it. Now your head, excuse me, is empty. But I have a ticket for that. Come here, sweetie, out of the closet. Well, what do you think of that? Naked as paper to start, but at 25 she'll be silver, in 50 gold. A living doll everywhere you look. It can sew, it can cook, it can talk, talk, talk. It works. There is nothing wrong with it. You have a hole, it's a poultice. You have an eye, it's an image. My boy, it's your last resort. Will you marry it? Marry it. Marry it. Just go meet him now. Monica hollered over the phone when I told her about my latest proposal. I and ahed, but she wouldn't hear a single word of it. No, I wasn't being pricey. I had some reservations and some pretty good reasons why. Here they are. Suitor number 1. I was never a big fan of the family business types, but I had somehow convinced myself to give this one a go. The meeting turned out to be pleasant enough until the topic veered to college and education. He, like most people I met, didn't seem to understand what graphic designers did. So I gave him a mini tutorial of sorts. And where did you go to college? Actually, I didn't. Never needed to. What do you mean? It was always clear that I would join Dad in his business. I failed in my 12th board and I realized all this degree is not my thing. And then? How does it matter, yaar? I'm earning, no. That's what matters. And look at all those toppers from school. They keep struggling till they're middle-aged. Can't argue with that, I smiled. I was well on my way on becoming a fake smile specialist. Why couldn't we just call people smug jerks and be done with it? Suitor number 2. This one instantly reminded me of Gal, Kate Winslet's slick-haired suave fiancé in Titanic. And I told him as much. His bank balance screamed out loud from the Rolex, yummy-licious cologne, the limited edition iPhone, and the dapper Gucci jacket he so unsubtly flaunted. My awe lasted less than 3 seconds. Then he spent an hour narrating vacation stories until I went green with nausea, not envy. Right as the vomit rose up to my throat, the waiter spilled coffee on the floor. Designer man yelled, "Motherfucker!" in Hindi and gave the shaken up waiter a mouthful. This couldn't wait. I had to tell Monica right away. I went into my car and speed dialed. As we giggled over the story, I saw him hop into an auto rickshaw, looking rather sour-faced. Something didn't quite add up. Fake, rented, stolen, borrowed? I wouldn't know, nor did I want to. Suitor number 3. Another date, another frappe, another stranger. Now it had become quite a tedious routine. Mum had asked me to skip the brownie muffin croissant so that I wouldn't come across as a gluten. Eat less and eat slowly, she reminded me every time I set off on the never-ending quest. Seems like you really enjoy eating, he noticed. It sounded a little accusatory coming from him, a thin, reed guy in an oversized shirt. He sipped on a tiny cup of double sugarless espresso. Well, yes, actually, I do. Food is my first love, I said unapologetically as I sank my teeth into a succulently delicious muffin in anticipation. You want some? Society seems to love their women being defined by the men they like. Because today I'm going to talk to you about a woman who murders because she doesn't want to be judged by the men in her life. Quite a feminist. Don't you think? Medea by Franca Rami. Listen to me, my friends. The most awful thing just occurred to me. I can't seem to get it out of my head. It's pounding in my heart. I've got to kill my children. Oh, sure, I know I'll always be remembered as a wicked mother, a woman who was driven out of her mind with jealousy. But it's better to be remembered as a wild animal than forgotten like a pet nanny goat. Milk her, clip her, then throw her out. Send her to the market and sell her. She won't even make a single bleat in protest. I have to kill my children. Say that you forgive me, Jason. I can't help it. It's just my own weak nature. You did the right thing finding yourself a new young bride, new bed, nice clean sheets. And you will have a whole new set of relatives, all very important people. And they'll be my relatives because your family will be my family. And that makes me happy. Very happy. And to think I call you a traitor. A man isn't a traitor simply because he swaps one woman for another. A woman ought to be happy just being a mother. After all, that's the best reward she could possibly have. I can't think what had gotten into me saying this law men have made that lets you trade one woman for another was a kind of blackmail. That's how crazy I was, Jason. I actually believed all that. And I still do. And I'm going to smash this cage you've got me shut up in. I'm going to throw off the unbearable weight of the yoke you've laid on my neck. I'm going to shatter your filthy blackmail once and for all. You've used your laws to chain me to my children and condemn me to a living death. My friends, listen to me breathe. With one breath, with one deep breath, I can breathe in all the air in the whole wide world. My little boys have got to die, Jason. They've got to die so that you can be crushed to pulp. You and all these stinking laws you've invented. My friends, give me the weapon. Poor, desperate Medea plunges a knife into your children's soft flesh. Ah, they're bleeding. It's like sweet honey, they're bleeding. Oh, my heart, forget these children are the flesh of my flesh. They're bleeding. Don't shudder when they scream, "Mother, have mercy, Mother!" And a terrible echo will howl round the world. Monster, bitch, unnatural, cruel mother, she-devil. And through my tears I'll whisper, die, so your blood and bones can give birth to a new woman. Die, you must give birth to a new woman.